Hey, what's up everybody? Universal just sent out a press release this morning. It is official. We have the scare zones for Halloween Horror Nights 2019. Let's go inside and talk about them. Before we begin, we publish theme park videos on this channel all the time, so hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll know when another video is ready for you to view. Now, I am in an especially good mood today because the list I gave you weeks and weeks ago looks pretty accurate. Let's get to it. Let me tell you all about them. So the first scare zone we're going to discuss is the one I was most wrong about. We'll save the ones I was right about for later. The one I was most wrong about here on Hollywood Boulevard is going to be Vanity Ball. Not plastic surgery as I said, but Vanity Ball. On the streets of Hollywood, guests will quickly discover beauty is a pain as they watch artists turn willing participants into horrific living works of art. So there you go. The theme for Hollywood Boulevard Scare Zone is going to be the Vanity Ball. There you have it, the Scare Zone Vanity Ball. This is going to be a lot of fun. They already have like 6 huge lighting structures set up, like this one right here. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the description of Vanity Ball Scare Zone? Seems like a lot of fun to me. And as I mentioned the other day, if you're a pass holder and you want official pass holder Halloween Horror Nights gear, once the event starts, it will be inside this door right here, right by Popeye. Moving on, here is a scare zone that I mentioned weeks and weeks ago, yet this is one I was sort of unsure about. It's going to be an arcade. And the description from Universal reads, on the Avenue of the Stars, guests will enter a sinister 80s inspired arcade. Their fear will level up as they try to flee a band of neon slashers, highlighted in black lights with chainsaws. So yes, behind me, this area here, the Scare Zone and Arcade, let me know in the comments below, now that you've heard the official description, are you looking forward to it? For me, I love the 80s, so I know I'm going to love this Scare Zone. The third official Scare Zone is going to be Vikings Undead, which I mentioned weeks and weeks ago was going to be the Vikings. I just didn't have the Undead part. But here is the description of this Scare Zone. Brutal, horn-helmeted warriors will rise from the grave and seize Central Park. Guests will become victims as these skeletal fighters, reanimated corpses who have channeled their vindictive rage into an endless onslaught of gore. Well, there you go, the Vikings Undead Scare Zone, as reported by me like weeks and weeks ago, but now it's official. No props right now. They have a big lighting tower and have speakers all around. But I bet you one thing, I bet you there will be a boat prop, some type of ship, some type of Viking ship. That's gotta be right? That's gotta be true. So like, here's the lighting towers, which I will miss the jack-o'-lanterns from last year. But then down here below, we've got these speakers all throughout this area. Here we have some more speakers. Like I said, there's speakers and speakers and speakers throughout this whole area. No actual props yet, but a good bet they will have a Viking ship. How could they not? Not an official scare zone, but a good bet. The streets of Springfield, clowns with chainsaws. If I were a betting man, I'd bet on that. Well, I was walking over here to the Fear Factor building to give you an update on the shows. Looks like we have some more physical evidence of Halloween Horror Nights. Perhaps one of their little food and beverage carts going right here. Here we are at the Fear Factor Stadium, which will be home to the Academy of Villains again, and people have mixed emotions about this. Let me discuss this for a hot second. So I'm going to agree with some comments in my videos regarding the Academy of Villains. People are saying they prefer it as a street show like it used to be, like on the corner of like Hollywood and right before you get to Central Park. They felt like it added to the atmosphere of Halloween Horror Nights, and I agree with that. Now, as far as Bill and Ted is concerned, one of my favorite things to do here, it went away, but there is hope. I have hope, guys. I know what I say about hoping in one hand and crapping in the other, but next year they are doing the third Bill and Ted movie with the original actors, Keanu, who's red hot right now. They're doing that sequel. My hope is because of that, they bring it back for next year's Halloween Horror Nights. It's just a hope. Diagon Alley here in London will be open for Halloween Horror Nights all the attractions, all the rides, but they will not do anything special for Halloween Horror Nights. It will be as is. J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers, I bet you would never ever approve of changing the theming for this for a Halloween Horror Nights event. Next up, the fourth scare zone for Halloween Horror Nights 2019, as I mentioned, will be Rob Zombie. The official name is Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe. Inspired by the heavy metal horror music of Rob Zombie, guests will be surrounded by otherworldly beings, brutal mechanics, and menacing machines, all while they scream along to Rob Zombie's haunting lyrics on the streets of San Francisco. And of course, since the San Francisco area has the Fast and the Furious, of course there would be like some maniac mechanics running around. Yeah, it fits. And as I said in my earlier video about the scare zones, I think this one, because of, you know, the relation to Rob Zombie, I think this one is the one I'm most looking forward to. Both entry points into San Francisco, we've got these new towers right at the entrance. We've got another lighting tower here, and then over there, more lighting rigging. So with this one, the speculation map was wrong. This is going to be in the streets of San Francisco, not where they had the killer clowns last year. And the fifth official scare zone, as we mentioned on this channel weeks ago, Zombieland. The official name is Zombieland Double Tap. Here's the description from Universal. As guests enter the streets of New York, they'll be thrown into the world of Zombieland, where they must escape bloodthirsty zombies or become a midnight snack. Now, of course, this is based on the Zombieland movies with Woody Harrelson. Apparently, there's a new movie coming out, a remake, not a remake, but rather a sequel, Zombieland Double Tap. And Universal does supply a little blurb on the Sony picture, Zombieland Double Tap, starring Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg. This is 10 years after the original Zombieland movie became a hit. They have reunited to make the sequel, Double Tap. So the scare zone, Zombieland, here in the streets of New York, the biggest scare zone, always a lot happening. Right behind me, the stage where they do a lot of performances. For this reason, this might be my second most anticipated scare zone. It's pushing for number one though. Finishing up my loop around the theme park here, this is another tent for Halloween Horror Nights. Could be a food booth, merchandise, I don't know. I do know things are coming along fast. I can't wait for it. So there you go, guys, the official word on the Halloween Horror Nights scare zones. I was pretty right. I give myself 4.5. I know, like, the Vanity Ball is not exactly plastic surgery, but it's close enough. Give myself a half point for that. My source did very, very well. We got to keep them from next year. See what happens, okay? Now, we are waiting on one more announcement, unless they throw a surprise at us. But there is one more official house to be announced. Once that is completed, I will do a complete, like, Halloween Horror Nights preview video. So make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell notification button so you don't miss that video. And with that being said, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Thanks for watching Rick's Flix, and now it's time to relax. Hey, how about some viewer shout outs? Let me say thank you to the following viewers who have visited my coffee page, bought me a cup of coffee or a butterbeer recently. First up, Chad and Michelle, who can't wait for Halloween Horror Nights. They hope to see me. I hope I see you, Chad and Michelle. And just one more shout out for today. Thank you, Mark and Caroline from Newcastle, UK. Thanks for the support, guys.